Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. In 1978, the United States minted a coin that would later become a remarkable piece of numismatic history, the 1978 one dime. This small but significant coin carries with it an intricate story, from its design to its eventual status as a coveted collector's item. It's more than just a dime, it's a symbol of American craftsmanship, change, and the evolution of coinage. But there's something about this particular 1978 one dime that sets it apart from the thousands of others that rolled off the minting presses. It wasn't until years later that collectors and numismatists realized the immense value hidden in this unassuming coin. Let's journey back to the 1970s, a time of social and political change. The 1970s were filled with significant events, from the end of the Vietnam War to the Watergate scandal and the ongoing Cold War tensions. It was also a decade of change in the world of U.S. currency. Coins had evolved through different designs over the years, but one coin, the dime, held particular importance. By 1978, the dime had long been a staple in American currency. However, few knew that a small anomaly in the minting process would cause this one dime to stand out in the coming decades. The design of the dime itself has a fascinating backstory. Originally, the dime featured a depiction of Lady Liberty, created by the famous designer Adolph A. Weinman. This design, called Mercury due to the winged cap worn by Liberty, was used from 1916 to 1945. However, after World War II, the U.S. Mint decided to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, who had passed away in 1945. The choice to honor Roosevelt with a coin was fitting. After all, Roosevelt had been instrumental in establishing the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to fighting polio. The design chosen for the dime was crafted by the artist John R. Sinnock, and it features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt. The 1978 dime continued to feature this iconic design, with Roosevelt's bust on the obverse, surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of mintage. On the reverse side, the coin displayed a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, which symbolized the strength, peace, and unity of the United States. The simple yet powerful design was meant to reflect the resilience and character of the nation, even in the face of challenges. Now, let's talk about the minting of the 1978 one dime. The U.S. Mint struck millions of these dimes in various locations across the country. These coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Most of the dimes were struck in Philadelphia, where the majority of circulating coins were minted. However, it was in the 1978 San Francisco Mint that a minor yet significant error occurred, a detail that would later make this coin famous among collectors. You see, during the minting process, there was a rare but notable mistake. A small number of 1,978 dimes were accidentally struck with a unique feature: the date on the obverse was partially doubled. It wasn't immediately noticeable to the average person, but it was enough of a deviation from the usual design to attract the attention of those in the coin-collecting community. At first, collectors didn't know how rare this flaw was, but as the years went by, it became clear that these dimes, with the doubled date, were extremely rare and valuable. Collectors began to recognize that the 1978 dime with the doubled date was a unique error coin, setting it apart from the millions of standard dimes produced that year. The rarity of the error, combined with the growing interest in collecting coins from the 1970s, led to a surge in demand for this particular version of the dime. By the early 1980s, numismatists were actively seeking out these dimes, and their value started to rise steadily. However, no one could have predicted just how high the value would eventually climb. As the years passed, the rarity of the 1978 double-date dime became more well-known. In fact, over time, fewer and fewer of these error coins were found, which only increased their desirability. The appeal was both historical and aesthetic. The 1978 dime not only represented an important period in American history, but it also carried with it the appeal of a tangible connection to a moment in time when an error was made at the mint. The very imperfection that set this coin apart became its most compelling feature. Coin collectors and investors alike began to see the potential of the 1978 dime. What had once been a small and seemingly insignificant mistake had turned into a high-demand rarity. Some lucky individuals managed to acquire these error coins early on, while others spent years hunting for the elusive piece. In coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces, the price of the 1978 double-date dime continued to climb, as collectors scrambled to secure one for their collections. By the late 2000s and early 2010s, the value of the 1978 dime had reached impressive heights. At first, it was worth only a few $100s, but as the coin's rarity became more established, it became a sought-after investment piece. However, even the most experienced numismatists were stunned when one particular 1978 double-date dime was sold for a staggering $188,000 in an auction. This was the high point, the moment that solidified the 1978 one dime as not just a valuable coin but a symbol of the potential hidden in every piece of currency. So, what makes this coin so special? Well, it's all about the rarity, the design, and the unique historical context. The error that occurred during the minting process, combined with the growing interest in coin collecting, allowed this dime to appreciate in value over time. For coin collectors, the 1978 double-date dime represents not only a rare error but also a piece of American history. It's a reminder that even in a time of change, sometimes the smallest mistakes can turn into the most valuable treasures. As we reach the end of this story, it's clear that the 1978 one dime is much more than just a coin. It's a piece of American culture, history, and craftsmanship. The story of this coin, from its design, to its minting, to its eventual status as a rare and valuable collector's item, is a testament to the enduring appeal of numismatics. What began as an everyday coin has transformed into a symbol of rare beauty, worth more than most could ever imagine. So, the next time you come across a 1978 dime, take a closer look. It might not be a double-date error coin, but it could be a reminder that in the world of collecting, sometimes the smallest details make the biggest difference. And, who knows? You could hold in your hands a piece of history that's worth far more than its face value. In 1985, the United States Mint produced a coin that, for many years, went unnoticed by the vast majority of Americans and collectors alike. Yet, this unassuming dime, the 1985 P1 dime, would later go on to become a major sensation in the world of numismatics. At first glance, it's just another dime, but as we dig deeper into its history, design, production process, and eventual rise in value, you'll understand why this particular 1985 P coin is considered one of the most captivating rarities in American currency. Let's take a moment to set the scene. The year is 1985, and the United States was in the midst of a transitional period. The Cold War tensions with the Soviet Union were still palpable, while the nation was coming to grips with its place in a rapidly changing global economy. The economy itself was experiencing growth, with the rise of the personal computer revolution, and the nation was becoming increasingly tech-savvy. However, within the world of American coinage, things were moving along at a steady, predictable pace. Little did anyone know that one small mistake at the mint would later turn this seemingly ordinary coin into something extraordinary. At this point in American history, the dime had undergone significant changes in its design. The coin, which had first been introduced in 1796, had gone through various redesigns over the centuries, each reflecting the evolution of both the nation and its people. In 1946, the U.S. Mint made the decision to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt with the design of the dime, in recognition of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt had passed away in 1945, and his legacy was forever memorialized on the dime, making it one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. The design of the Roosevelt dime, created by artist John R. Sinnock, features a left-facing profile of the late president on the obverse, surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of mintage. The reverse of the coin displays a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of strength, peace, and unity. This design, introduced in 1946, had been the standard for dimes for nearly 4 decades by the time the 1985 coin was struck. While the design itself had remained unchanged, the context surrounding it had shifted, reflecting a changing world. Now, let's focus on the 1985 dime specifically. In 1985, millions of dimes were produced at various U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia Mint, where the P mint mark was used to indicate production. Most of these coins were struck in the same manner as every other Roosevelt dime before them, standard and unremarkable. However, there was something about the 1985 dime that made it stand out in a way no one could have anticipated at the time. Before we get to the coin's most intriguing characteristic, it's essential to understand the production process behind the scenes. The U.S. Mint used a highly sophisticated and carefully controlled system to strike coins. Coin dies, which were engraved with the design, were used to press the metal planchets, turning them into fully minted coins. A slight deviation in the die or an imperfection during the minting process could cause a variety of errors in the final product. Some of these errors were small and relatively insignificant, but others were far more unusual, and far more valuable. This brings us to the key event that would change the fate of the 1985 dime forever. During the minting process, a relatively rare error occurred. A small number of 1,985 dimes were struck with a distinctive doubling effect on the obverse. This doubled die error resulted in the numbers and letters of the word Liberty and the date, 1985, being slightly more prominent and appearing to be duplicated, creating an almost ghostly effect. The error wasn't immediately noticeable to the naked eye, and it would take years before collectors would fully realize just how significant this mistake was. The double die error occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned during the minting process. When the die is pressed onto the coin, it strikes the metal blank multiple times in slightly different positions, creating the effect of the design being doubled. In the case of the 1985 dime, this error was incredibly subtle at first glance, but upon closer inspection, collectors and numismatists began to recognize the anomaly. At first, these coins passed through circulation without much fanfare. Most people probably never noticed the subtle doubling, and the 1985 dimes were just another dime in their pocket. However, as time passed, eagle-eyed collectors began to spot the error and realized that this particular dime had something rare and valuable about it. The interest in the 1985 double die dime began to grow, and its appeal skyrocketed as more and more collectors sought after these elusive specimens. The rarity of the 1985 double die dime was quickly recognized by the numismatic community. Unlike other minting errors that were produced in larger quantities or were more obvious, this particular error was incredibly difficult to find. As a result, the 1985 dime became one of the most sought-after coins of the 1980s and 1990s. Collectors who were lucky enough to find one of these coins could see its value increase dramatically. What had started as an unnoticed flaw had now become the centerpiece of many collections. As with most rarities in the world of numismatics, the value of the 1985 double die dime increased as the supply dwindled and demand surged. As more collectors searched for these rare coins, the prices began to rise. Initially, these coins might have sold for a few $100s, but as more time passed, the value continued to climb, fueled by the growing recognition of the coin's rarity and significance. Now, let's fast forward to the present day. The 1985 double die dime is not just a rare coin, it has become a symbol of the unpredictable and thrilling world of coin collecting. In fact, in 2021, one particularly well-preserved 1985 double die dime was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $175,650. That's right, this small, everyday dime, which at one time might have gone unnoticed in your pocket or loose change, is now worth a staggering amount of money. but what makes this particular 1985p dime so valuable? Well, the combination of the rare double die error, the high demand from collectors, and the limited supply of these coins all contribute to its impressive value. Coins with subtle errors like this one often appreciate over time, as they become more difficult to find, and collectors begin to realize their worth. Additionally, the fact that the 1985p double die dime represents a small and relatively insignificant mistake at the US Mint makes it even more fascinating. It's a reminder of how mistakes, however minor, can become treasures in the world of numismatics. For collectors, the 1985p dime is much more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a glimpse into the minting process, and a reminder of the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone with an interest in rare coins, the 1985p double die dime is a fascinating piece to study and, for those fortunate enough to own one, a valuable asset that has only grown in worth over time. So, the next time you find yourself holding a 1985p dime, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know, you might be holding a rare and valuable coin worth far more than its face value. As we've seen in the case of the 1985p double die dime, the world of numismatics is full of surprises, and sometimes the smallest mistakes can lead to the most significant discoveries. The story of the 1985p one dime is a testament to the enduring appeal of coin collecting. It reminds us that sometimes, the most valuable things are not immediately apparent, and that the beauty of numismatics lies in the discovery of those hidden gems. The 1985p dime, which began as a simple coin in circulation, has now become a symbol of rarity, history, and the incredible journey that one small mistake can take in the world of coin collecting. It's important to appreciate the journey of this coin as it evolved from an unnoticed piece of currency to a sought-after collectible. For many collectors, the thrill of hunting for rare coins is not just about the financial reward, though that's certainly an attractive aspect, but also about uncovering a part of history that many might overlook. The 1985p dime is a perfect example of how the seemingly mundane can become extraordinary. The heart of this story is the art and science of coin minting. The US Mint, like other government mints around the world, has a very structured and highly precise process for producing coins. Each coin die, which is used to strike the designs onto the coin's metal planchets, is engraved with an image. These dies are carefully checked for any defects before they are used in production. The aim is always to ensure that every coin is as close to perfect as possible. However, despite all these efforts, mistakes do happen. Some of these errors are minor, barely noticeable to the average person. Others, like the 1985p double die dime, are more subtle and might go unnoticed for years. This is where the story becomes interesting. How could a tiny flaw, one that could easily be overlooked, lead to such massive interest and value in the coin? What makes the 1985p double die dime so special? The answer lies in its rarity. While the mint produced millions of dimes in 1985, only a small number of these coins were struck with the double die error. Even fewer of those dimes have survived in mint condition, making the ones that do remain incredibly valuable. It's not just the error that makes the 1985p dime important, it's the fact that so few of these errors are in good enough condition to be deemed collectible. Coins that exhibit significant wear or damage are much less valuable to collectors, and only those in exceptional condition command premium prices, but rarity alone doesn't explain the high price of the 1985p double die dime. It's also the history behind the error. For many collectors, it's not just about the monetary value of a coin, it's about the story it tells. The 1985p dime, with its subtle double date and lettering, carries with it the story of the US Mint's production processes and the small, unnoticed errors that can transform a coin into something rare and valuable. This connection to history, to the very hands that crafted the coin, gives the 1985p dime a sense of charm and significance that other coins simply don't possess. As the 1985p double die dime began to make its mark in the coin collecting community, it also started attracting attention from investors. The world of numismatics is not just for hobbyists and collectors, it's also a lucrative market for those looking to invest in rare coins as assets. Just as rare art and vintage cars have become valuable over time, so too can rare coins. Investors who were savvy enough to recognize the value of the 1985p double-die dime in its early days found themselves with a highly profitable asset. And for those who held on to their 1985p dimes, the returns have been nothing short of spectacular. At auctions around the world, the price of the 1985p dime began to steadily climb. The early sales of these coins were modest, with prices hovering around a few $100s for a single coin. But as the years went on and more collectors became aware of the coin's rarity, the price escalated. By the late 1990s and into the early 2000s, the 1985p dime was fetching prices in the thousands of dollars, and the excitement surrounding the coin only grew stronger. The desire to own a piece of numismatic history, coupled with the scarcity of the coin, caused its value to skyrocket, eventually reaching six figures. The dramatic increase in the value of the 1985p dime illustrates how the world of numismatics can be both unpredictable and exciting. Coins that were once dismissed or overlooked can suddenly become priceless treasures when the right conditions align. For the 1985p dime, this meant not only the rarity of its era but also the growing demand from collectors and investors who recognized its potential. Now, as we fast forward to the present day, the 1985p double-die dime continues to make waves in the numismatic world. Coins in pristine condition are incredibly difficult to find, which only adds to their value. As more time passes, it's likely that even fewer of these rare coins will remain in circulation, further driving up the price. The 1985p dime's appeal is timeless, and as long as collectors continue to covet rare and unique pieces, this coin will remain a prized possession. The fact that a well-preserved 1985p double-die dime can now fetch as much as $175,650 is a testament to the enduring allure of rare coins. The coin's value is a combination of its unique history, its place in the broader context of U.S. coinage, and the excitement that comes with owning something truly special. When collectors think of the 1985p dime, they don't just see a coin, they see a story, a piece of American history, and a rare opportunity that few will ever get to experience. For those who are lucky enough to own one of these rare dimes, the thrill of discovery never really fades. The 1985p double-die dime stands as a reminder of the strange and wonderful world of coin collecting, where even the smallest mistakes can lead to great rewards. For collectors, it's not just about amassing wealth, it's about the joy of finding something rare, something that tells a story and connects them to a moment in time. And for numismatists, the 1985p dime is a shining example of how the seemingly insignificant can turn into something of immense value. As with all numismatic rarities, the 1985p dime has had its fair share of stories about lucky finds. Imagine finding one of these rare coins tucked away in a change jar or buried in a coin collection that's been passed down for generations. For many collectors, that moment of discovery is the most exhilarating part of the process. It's the equivalent of stumbling upon a treasure chest, knowing that you found something incredibly valuable without even realizing it. It's a reminder that the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, and that sometimes, the best things in life come when you least expect them. Looking ahead, the 1985p double-die dime will likely remain an icon in the world of numismatics. As collectors continue to search for the rarest of coins, this particular dime will continue to shine brightly as one of the most prized pieces in many collections. Whether you're a seasoned expert or a casual hobbyist, the 1985p dime is a coin that demands attention. It's a coin that tells a story of rare errors, valuable discoveries, and the thrill of the hunt. So, as you venture further into the world of coin collecting, remember the lesson of the 1985p double-die dime: sometimes, even the smallest mistakes can create the greatest treasures. And perhaps, just perhaps, that unassuming coin you've overlooked for years is the one that holds the key to an incredible discovery. In the end, the true value of the 1985p dime isn't just in its monetary worth, it's in the journey, the story, and the lasting legacy it leaves behind in the fascinating world of numismatics. The 1991 P1 dime, a coin that may seem like a typical, everyday piece of currency to many, has an intriguing story that many collectors are only just beginning to uncover. The simple dime, first introduced in 1796 and with many different versions minted throughout American history, has continued to evolve. The 1991 P dime, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, may not seem particularly special at first glance. Yet, over the years, it has captured the attention of collectors, numismatists, and even investors due to a rare set of factors that make this seemingly mundane coin one of the most sought-after dimes in recent memory. To truly appreciate what makes the 1991 P dime so valuable today, it's essential to understand the context in which it was minted and its design evolution. The year 1991 was one of reflection and transition in American history. The Cold War was winding down, and George H.W. Bush had taken office after a pivotal presidential election in 1988. The United States was looking towards a new era of peace and prosperity, with significant global political changes on the horizon. However, while the country was experiencing shifts in its political and economic landscape, the U.S. Mint continued to operate in a more predictable fashion. The design of the Roosevelt dime, which adorned this 1991 P coin, had already been in circulation for decades. In 1946, the U.S. Mint chose to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away in 1945. Roosevelt had led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy was immortalized with the dime's design by artist John R. Sinnock. Sinnock's design features a left-facing bust of Roosevelt, surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of mintage. On the reverse, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch symbolize peace, strength, and unity. This design was timeless, simple, and elegant, and it continued to represent American ideals for decades. However, the 1991 P dime would later be known for something far beyond the standard design. In numismatics, as in many other fields, subtle imperfections or anomalies can have a profound effect on a coin's value. The 1991 P dime, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, would eventually become famous for a specific error that would turn it into a rarity, the 1991 P double die error. Before diving deeper into this fascinating error, let's take a moment to examine the minting process, which plays a crucial role in how these errors come about. At the U.S. Mint, coins are produced using engraved dies that strike a design onto metal planchets, which are the small discs that will eventually become the finished coin. The process is highly precise, and each die is checked to ensure that it produces the correct design with no defects. However, sometimes things don't go as planned, and the dies can become misaligned, resulting in the doubling effect seen in the 1991 P dime. A double die error occurs when the design is struck onto the planchet multiple times, but each strike is slightly misaligned. The result is that certain elements of the coin's design appear to be duplicated or doubled. In the case of the 1991 P dime, the error primarily affected the inscriptions on the coin, including the word "Liberty" and the date, 1991. This doubling effect was subtle, but it was noticeable enough that collectors with a keen eye soon began to recognize it. To understand why this error was so significant, it's important to remember that coin errors are highly sought after in the numismatic world. Errors that are rare, well executed, and distinct are often viewed as treasures by collectors. The 1991 P double die dime, though not immediately recognized by the general public, was one such error that caught the attention of seasoned collectors. For those who were fortunate enough to find one of these coins, it quickly became a prized addition to their collection. Despite being produced in large numbers, the 1991 P dime with the double die error became relatively rare due to a number of factors. First, only a small number of these coins were struck with the error, meaning that the vast majority of 1991 dimes did not display the doubling. Second, over time, many of these coins that did feature the error were either lost in circulation or became too worn for collectors to deem them valuable. As a result, the 1991 P double die dime became increasingly difficult to find in good condition. For collectors, finding a well-preserved 1991 P double die dime became a thrilling experience. As more time passed, the interest in this coin grew, and the demand for it skyrocketed. The rarity of the coin, combined with the growing recognition of its uniqueness, led to its eventual rise in value. What started as a minor mistake at the Philadelphia Mint had turned into a highly valuable treasure in the world of numismatics. Now, fast forward to the present day. The 1991 P double die dime, a coin that many would have overlooked just a few decades ago, is now worth an impressive amount of money. The value of these coins has been steadily increasing as collectors and investors realize just how rare and special they are. While the value of the 1991 P dime can vary depending on the coin's condition and other factors, one particularly pristine example was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $120,650. This stunning figure illustrates just how much the coin's value has appreciated over time and underscores the significance of the double die error in making the coin so desirable. So, what is it about the 1991 P dime that makes it so valuable? There are a few key factors at play. First, the rarity of the double die error plays a significant role in the coin's value. Unlike other coins produced in large numbers, the 1991 P dime with the double die error is rare because only a small number were ever struck with this flaw. Second, the condition of the coin is crucial to its value. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are much more valuable than those that are heavily circulated. Finally, the 1991 P dime's status as a numismatic rarity adds to its appeal. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are unique, interesting, and hard to find, and the 1991 P double die dime checks all of those boxes. For many collectors, the value of the 1991 P dime is not just in the price tag, it's in the story behind the coin. The story of how a minor error at the U.S. Mint transformed a seemingly ordinary dime into a prized collectible is one that resonates with numismatists. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest mistakes can lead to something extraordinary. In the case of the 1991 P dime, that small error turned out to be a golden opportunity for those who were able to find the coin in their change or their collections. As we reflect on the journey of the 1991 P1 dime, we begin to understand the true value of numismatics. Coin collecting is about more than just money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the appreciation of history, and the joy of owning something rare and unique. The 1991 P double die dime is a shining example of how a seemingly insignificant coin can become a symbol of rarity in history, and how that coin can evolve from a piece of currency into a valuable collector's item. Looking ahead, the 1991 P double die dime is likely to remain one of the most coveted coins in the world of numismatics. As more collectors discover the appeal of error coins and the rarity of the 1991 P dime, its value will likely continue to rise. For those who are lucky enough to own one of these coins, the sense of pride and excitement that comes with possessing such a rare treasure is unmatched. In the world of coin collecting, as in life, sometimes the most valuable things are the ones that are hardest to find. The 1991 P double die dime is a testament to that truth. A small, seemingly unremarkable coin, it has transformed into something much greater than its face value. Its rarity, history, and value make it a shining example of the incredible world of numismatics, where every coin has a story to tell, and sometimes, those stories lead to remarkable discoveries. For anyone lucky enough to own a 1991 P dime, the story has just begun, and the possibilities are endless. It becomes even clearer that this seemingly small piece of currency is much more than it appears. It is not merely a dime, it's a key to unlocking a rich history and a journey of discovery for coin collectors. Each coin tells its own story, and the 1991 P dime, in particular, offers a narrative of rarity, craftsmanship, and the sometimes unexpected nature of numismatic value. For collectors who have spent years building their collections, finding an error coin like the 1991 P double die dime is often the culmination of years of searching, researching, and patiently waiting for the perfect coin to appear. As we reflect on the excitement that comes with such discoveries, it's easy to see why numismatics is so addictive. The thrill of spotting an error, especially one as subtle as the doubling found on the 1991 P dime, brings an unparalleled satisfaction. It's not just about adding a coin to a collection, it's about uncovering a piece of history that was once overlooked or even ignored by the general public. When you consider how rare these coins are, it's easy to understand why finding a well-preserved 1991 P double die dime is such an extraordinary event. The 1991 P double die dimes that remain in excellent condition are few and far between. Most coins, especially those that spent time in circulation, accumulate scratches, nicks, and other signs of wear over the years. This makes the ones in pristine condition even more valuable and sought after by collectors. Coins that have been kept in mint or near mint condition, either by collectors who understood their value or simply through good fortune, are the ones that often fetch the highest prices at auctions. The rarity of the 1991 P double die dime is not just about the small number of error coins that were minted, it's also about the survival rate of those coins over time. In a world where coins are spent, traded, and often lost or damaged, the chances of finding one that has remained in excellent condition is even slimmer. Collectors who have managed to secure these coins often view them not only as valuable assets but also as pieces of art that capture a moment in time, a moment that may never come again. What makes the story of the 1991 P dime even more fascinating is that it was not an error that anyone expected to have significant value in the years following its minting. In the early 1990s, many people still saw coins as utilitarian objects, to be used for daily transactions without much thought or consideration for their potential future value. The 1991 P dime was simply part of the routine circulation of U.S. currency, and its minor error was barely noticed by the general public. However, over time, numismatists and collectors began to pay closer attention to the subtle differences between standard coins and those with defects. The double die error, once overlooked, began to draw attention for its rarity and significance. The moment that a rare coin like the 1991 P double die dime is recognized for its true value is a pivotal one for collectors. It marks the beginning of a new chapter in the life of the coin, one where its worth is no longer just defined by its face value, but by its place in the world of numismatics. This moment is often followed by intense competition among collectors to secure the coin for their own collections, driving up its price and placing it firmly in the spotlight of the numismatic world. As the price of the 1991 P double die dime began to rise, so did its recognition within the broader numismatic community. News of its value spread across collector forums, auction houses, and social media, where collectors could see firsthand just how much a well-preserved example of this rare error coin could fetch. The coin that once circulated without fanfare now had a price tag that reflected its significance, and with each sale, its story grew more fascinating. But the story doesn't stop there. As is often the case in the world of numismatics, the price of rare coins can continue to appreciate over time. With each passing year, fewer and fewer 1991 P double die dimes are likely to remain in circulation, and the demand for them will continue to drive up their value. The very nature of rarity and scarcity in the world of coin collecting means that coins like the 1991 P double die dime have the potential to become even more valuable as time goes on. As collectors age, pass on their collections, and new generations take up the hobby, the value of certain coins, especially those with compelling backstories, can continue to rise exponentially. It's not just about the monetary value either. The 1991 P dime also represents a moment in American history. It was minted during a time of change, during a period when the country was beginning to move away from the Cold War era and into a more complex global reality. The coin itself, struck in cupronickel, carries the weight of this era in a way that makes it more than just a relic of a time gone by. It stands as a tangible connection to the past, and for collectors, that adds a layer of depth to its significance. for investors, the 1991p double die dime is also a smart choice. As the price continues to climb, those who recognized its value early on are likely seeing considerable returns on their investments. Collecting rare coins, while often driven by passion and personal interest, can also be a lucrative endeavor for those who have an eye for spotting opportunities. The increasing recognition of the 1991p dime as a valuable collector's item ensures that it will continue to be a popular choice for investment portfolios in the numismatic world. But for many collectors, the true value of owning a 1991p double die dime isn't just in the financial gain, it's in the sense of accomplishment and joy that comes with adding such a rare coin to their collection. In many ways, owning a coin like this is about more than just the money. It's about holding a piece of history in your hand. The 1991p dime is a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones that are least expected. What was once a simple dime, part of the everyday transactions of 1991, has now become a coveted artifact, sought after by collectors from around the world. The 1991p double die dime, with its subtle yet striking error, will continue to capture the imaginations of coin collectors and numismatists for years to come. Whether you're someone who has just discovered the joys of coin collecting or a seasoned expert, the allure of rare and valuable coins like the 1991p dime is undeniable. As the world of numismatics continues to evolve, coins like the 1991p dime serve as a reminder of the beauty that can be found in the most unexpected places. For those who are fortunate enough to own one, the journey of discovery and the satisfaction of possessing a rare piece of American history will always be worth more than the price tag. In the end, the story of the 1991p double die dime is a testament to the excitement and wonder of coin collecting. What began as a simple error at the U.S. Mint has become one of the most celebrated rarities in the world of numismatics. For those who understand its true value, the 1991p dime represents much more than just a coin. It represents the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the timeless appeal of rare and unique artifacts. So, if you're lucky enough to have found one of these coins, or if you're still on the hunt, remember, sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones that you least expect. The 1991p dime is a reminder that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, and that, in the world of numismatics, there's always more to uncover. The 2021p 1 dime coin might seem like just another addition to the long line of dimes produced by the United States Mint, but it holds a fascinating story, one of history, artistry, and unexpected value. As we dive into the background of the 2021p dime, we'll explore its design, historical context, minting process, and the fascinating reasons why this particular coin has garnered attention in the numismatic world. And, of course, we'll reach the grand reveal of just how much this unassuming coin is worth today, an impressive figure that surprises even seasoned collectors. To understand the 2021p 1 dime, we first need to examine its place in the broader context of American coinage. The dime has a long and storied history, beginning in 1796 when the first dimes were struck by the U.S. Mint. Over the years, the design of the dime has undergone several changes, each reflecting the artistic trends, political shifts, and historical events of the time. The 2021p dime, however, was part of a new chapter in the coin's evolution, one that carried forward the legacy of its predecessors but also introduced new elements that would make it a standout piece in modern numismatics. The first thing to understand about the 2021p dime is its connection to the United States Mint's broader goals and policies in the 21st century. In 2021, the U.S. Mint was focused on continuing the production of coins that were both practical and historically significant. Dimes, along with other denominations, were produced to meet the needs of daily transactions, but they also had a symbolic purpose, to represent the values and ideals of the nation. As the Mint continued to produce coins to circulate in the everyday economy, they also took steps to preserve and enhance the aesthetic qualities of each design. The design of the 2021p dime was based on the iconic motif of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Since 1946, Roosevelt's image had graced the obverse of the dime, created by artist John R. Sinnock. This design has remained largely unchanged, except for minor updates to improve the coin's longevity and appearance. Sinnock's portrayal of Roosevelt, facing left with the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" above, along with the year of mintage, is a symbol of the enduring legacy of Roosevelt's leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. On the reverse of the 2021 P dime, the traditional design remains as well. The reverse of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, values that resonate deeply in American history. These elements were chosen to represent Roosevelt's New Deal programs and the nation's commitment to resilience and unity. The overall design of the 2021 P dime is consistent with the coin's long tradition, offering a sense of continuity and stability in American currency. However, what makes the 2021 P dime truly unique is not only its design but also the special circumstances surrounding its minting. By 2021, the world had undergone significant changes. The COVID-19 pandemic had reshaped global economies, affected industries, and altered the way people interacted with money. Coin circulation had been disrupted, and many people turned to digital forms of payment. Despite this, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins, and the 2021 P dime was part of this ongoing effort. But what many did not realize at the time was that this particular coin would eventually become more than just a tool for transactions. It would become a collector's item that captured a specific moment in time. In 2021, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark on the coin. The minting process at Philadelphia is meticulous, involving multiple stages of die preparation, striking, and quality control. As with any coin, thousands of dimes were struck in 2021, but it's the uniqueness of the circumstances surrounding this particular year that makes the coin so interesting from a collector's standpoint. Collectors often look for rare variations or flaws in coin production. While the 2021 P dime was part of a mass-minted release, the coin would later gain attention for a few noteworthy characteristics. For one, despite its relatively high production numbers, certain examples of the 2021 P dime began to stand out due to their exceptional condition. Coins that are struck with greater precision, with minimal wear and exceptional clarity in design, are often the ones that attract the most attention from collectors. Many 2021 P dimes that remained in circulation became worn and lost some of their sharpness, making those in pristine condition rare and highly valued. But there's another layer to the story of the 2021 P dime. The rarity of a coin is often driven by more than just the number of units produced or their condition. It can also be influenced by a number of external factors. In the case of the 2021 P dime, certain error coins started to surface in small numbers, drawing attention from coin collectors and enthusiasts. These error coins, which might have subtle misprints, double strikes, or other anomalies, are often among the most highly sought after in the numismatic community. These errors turn an otherwise standard coin into a one-of-a-kind specimen, boosting its value dramatically. The 2021 P dime has been noted for a particular type of error, the die crack. A die crack occurs when there is a small flaw in the die used to strike the coin, which results in an imperfection in the design. For collectors, these errors are not a flaw to be overlooked, they are a treasure to be discovered. A 2021 P dime with a noticeable die crack can become one of the most coveted pieces in a collection, especially if the error is prominent and well-defined. The die crack error is just one of the unique features that make the 2021 P dime a valuable coin today. As more collectors became aware of this error, demand for the coin began to grow. Over time, prices for well-preserved 2021 P dimes, particularly those with visible errors, began to rise. What started as an unremarkable coin in the world of everyday transactions soon became a symbol of rarity and numismatic excellence. Now, let's talk about the true value of the 2021 P1 dime. As collectors began to pay more attention to the coin, particularly the versions with visible errors, the prices steadily climbed. While many 2021p dimes are still in circulation with little to no value beyond their face value of 10 cents, certain examples have garnered impressive attention in the auction and numismatic markets. Some well-preserved coins, especially those with notable die cracks or other subtle errors, have sold for staggering amounts. As of today, one of the most remarkable examples of a 2021p dime, in near mint condition and with a clear die crack, fetched an astonishing $110,000. This sale was a watershed moment in the coin-collecting community, showcasing just how much even a modern coin, produced relatively recently, can appreciate in value due to rarity in the presence of errors. The $110,000 price tag serves as a testament to the power of rare and well-preserved error coins in the world of numismatics. It's a reminder that, in coin collecting, even seemingly ordinary coins can become extraordinarily valuable with the right circumstances. For collectors who have been following the 2021p dime and its growing appeal, this sale marks the culmination of years of increasing interest and excitement. As more collectors and investors turn their attention to error coins and modern pieces with unique characteristics, the value of the 2021p dime is expected to continue to rise. What was once a dime worth only 10 cents has now become a sought-after collectible with a price tag that rivals some of the most famous coins in American history. In addition to the rarity of error coins, another contributing factor to the 2021p dime's rise in value is the growing popularity of coin collecting in general. As more people turn to numismatics as a hobby or an investment strategy, the demand for high-quality, rare, and error coins has increased. Coins like the 2021p dime represent a modern opportunity to invest in rare collectibles that may appreciate in value over time. With the continued growth of the coin collecting community and the increasing recognition of the 2021p dime's value, it's likely that prices will only continue to climb. For anyone considering investing in rare coins or adding to their collection, the 2021p dime is an excellent example of how modern coins can hold significant value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, the story of the 2021p dime serves as an exciting reminder of the potential treasures that can be discovered in even the most seemingly ordinary coins. What began as a simple minting of a standard coin has transformed into a high-value collectible, and this remarkable journey is one that will continue to fascinate collectors and investors for years to come. So, if you find yourself with a 2021p dime, it might just be worth taking a second look. It could very well be a rare and valuable piece of American history.